Hello. Thanks for joining us again on the channel. Okay, yes, we've tried so many of these. Too many probably. But this one stands out. It caught me off guard. Let's figure out why together. Quick note before we begin. There's a discount link in the description and the top comment if you want to check it out. Now let's not waste any more time and jump right into the details.
Opening things up, our first reviewer gives us their take.
This reviewer was immediately impressed right out of the box with how well the shape of this gaming mouse fit their hand. They noted its dimensions are very close to a previous device they owned, but with a more comfortable ergonomic design. The primary clicks, the middle mouse button, and the scroll wheel all felt great from the start. Our reviewer also highlighted the unique coating on the shell. Unlike another mouse they used which got slippery with moisture, this one has the opposite effect. It feels a bit slick when their hands are completely dry but becomes remarkably grippy and almost gluey. Once a little moisture is present, a feature they found made a lot of sense for intense use. However, the experience wasn't without its quirks, which became apparent upon closer inspection. The main issue stemmed from the feet, or skates, on the bottom of the device. There was a noticeable friction and even an audible scraping sound when moving the mouse, despite using a soft cloth pad. On turning it over, this client discovered the problem. The skates were not making proper contact. The middle skate was completely flush with the mouse's body and doing nothing, while the top one was uneven, only partially touching the surface. Only the bottom skate seemed to be functioning as intended. Another point of concern was the side buttons. While the left one was perfectly positioned and easy to actuate without feeling mushy, the right one was significantly more recessed into the shell. This inconsistency meant their thumb had to travel a longer, awkward distance to press the second button, a major drawback for someone who relies heavily on them for in-game actions. It was unclear to the user whether this was an intentional design choice or simply a quality control lapse. Ultimately, even with these frustrating flaws, this client still felt they could recommend this mouse to most people, believing they may have just received a bad unit.
To get things started, let's hear from our first reviewer.
This reviewer found that for its surprisingly low cost, this gaming mouse is a pretty solid option, even suitable for some light, non-competitive gaming. Our reviewer noted that the tracking feels decent thanks to its sensor, and the performance is quite responsive with both 4G wireless and wired connections available. It's worth noting there's no Bluetooth, but the included wireless works well. The device feels solid and comfortable in the hand, and at a verified 79 grams, it's reasonably lightweight. The main buttons have a satisfyingly clicky feel without being overly noisy, and the scroll wheel is nice and smooth. Adjusting settings on the fly is easy, with a dedicated DPI button right on top. This client was also impressed by the packaging, which came with some nice extras like additional skates and grip tape. A big plus for some will be the complete absence of any distracting RGB lighting effects. On the downside, our reviewer did point out a few quirks. One annoyance is that the mouse doesn't wake on motion. You have to physically click a button or scroll the wheel to wake it up from sleep. Additionally, there's no place on the mouse itself to store the wireless dongle, which can be inconvenient. There were also some concerns about long-term durability, as the faux metallic finish on the top shell looks like it might wear off with time. The biggest issue, though, seemed to be the skates. There are just 4 small pads at the corners, which felt a bit insubstantial and led to a slight wobble on a hard, flat surface. Our reviewer felt that larger skates would have provided much better stability. Despite these shortcomings, the general consensus is that this mouse easily competes with models costing significantly more, making it a fantastic value. For anyone who picks one up, this client offers a helpful tip. Make sure to remove the protective film from the skates before use to get the best glide.
Awesome. Let's hear what our next reviewer has to share about their experience.
This reviewer finds this mouse to be a practical addition to their tech arsenal, especially useful as a backup when their primary Bluetooth mouse runs out of juice or for travel. Its standout feature is its lightweight design, which, while not giving it a luxurious feel akin to some premium brands, also prevents it from feeling cheap or fragile. Regarding functionality, our reviewer reports a smooth experience. The computer recognized it without any fuss, and they actually preferred using it in wired mode. However, a significant drawback for this client is the lack of Bluetooth connectivity. This means whether you opt for the included USB cable or the wireless dongle, you'll inevitably need to occupy a USB port, which is a bit of a letdown in today's wireless world. In conclusion, the mouse performs its core function adequately. This client wouldn't describe it as exceptional or terrible, but rather a dependable tool that meets their specific needs. Furthermore, the design is distinctly geared towards gaming, giving it a unique aesthetic that might appeal to some users more than others.
That's a wrap. If you enjoyed this, drop a like and subscribe for more. Got thoughts? Let's chat in the comments. See you in the next one.